Hello, hi friends, it's Miss Chasity. I have another story to read to you today. It's one of our favorites from school. Can you see the front cover? The title of this book is The Three Bears. This book is by Paul Galdone. He's the author and the illustrator, but we've read lots of different books about the three bears. I have another one here, let's see. The title of this book is a little bit different. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I wonder if Goldilocks is going to be in this story with these three bears. Let's read. The Three Bears. Can you see my title page? There's a sign on this big tree and it says The Three Bears. It's an arrow. I wonder if it's pointing to their house. Before we start reading, look at these pages. Can you see where they are? There's big, tall trees all around them. I think they live in the forest or the woodland habitat. If you go in our virtual classroom this week, you'll learn all about the woodland habitat. Let's read. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived together in a house of their own in the woods, just like I said. One of them was a wee bear. That means he's very little. Here's our wee bear. And one was a middle-sized bear. You see, she's the mama. And the other one was a great big bear, the papa bear. They each had a bowl for their porridge. Porridge is like their cereal or their breakfast. Maybe like we eat oatmeal. Let's see, I have a table with three bowls. Let's see, ready? The little wee bear had a little wee bowl. The middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bowl. And the great big bear had a great big bowl. They each had a chair to sit on. The wee little bear had a wee little chair. The middle-sized bear had a middle-sized chair. It's a little bit taller and bigger. The great big bear had a great big chair. Very good. And they each had a bed to sleep in. Let me move our bears so we can see. The wee little bear had a wee little bed. The middle-sized bear had, you guessed it, a middle-sized bed. And the great big bear, what size do you think his bed was? He had a great big bed. Very good. Let me move these out of the way. One day, the three bears made porridge for breakfast. And they poured it into their bowls, but it was too hot to eat. So they decided to go for a walk in the woods until it cooled off. While the three bears were walking, let's see, the bears are going to go for a walk in the woods. Here they go. Let me get them together. Ready? Do-do, 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 do. All right. While they were gone, a little girl named Goldilocks came to their house, just like in the other story. First, she looked in at the window. She looked in. Should you look in a stranger's windows on their house? Not a good idea. And then she peeked through the keyhole. She went up and she tried to look right into the house. That is not a good idea. Of course, there was nobody inside. Goldilocks turned the handle of the door. Turned it. What do you think she's going to do? Do you think she's going to go inside their house? Uh-oh. The door was not locked because the three bears were trusting bears. They did no one any harm and never thought anyone would harm them. So Goldilocks opened the door and she went right in. There was the porridge on the table. It smelled very, very good. Goldilocks didn't stop to think whose porridge it was. She went straight to it. Uh-oh. First, she tasted the porridge of the great big bear. Let's see, first she tasted that. Ooh, but it was too hot. Then she tasted the porridge of the middle-sized bear. She went to the middle-sized bowl. Ooh, it was too cold. Then she tasted the porridge of the wee bear in the wee bowl. It was neither too hot nor too cold, but just right. Goldilocks liked it so much that she ate it all up. Uh-oh. She ate the wee bear's porridge. He won't have any. Then Goldilocks went into the parlor to see what else she could find. The parlor is another name for a living room. Remember, they had their special chairs in that living room. There were the three bears' chairs. First, she sat down in the chair of the great big bear, but it was too hard. Then she sat down in the chair of the middle-sized bear, but it was too soft. Then she sat down in the chair of the wee bear. It was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. Goldilocks liked it so much that she rocked and she rocked and she rocked until the bottom of the chair fell right out and she went plump onto the floor. Oh, she broke the wee bear's chair. How's he gonna feel? Uh-oh. Next, Goldilocks went up into the bedrooms where the three bears slept. Let's get the beds out. First, she lay down upon the bed of the great big bear. But it was too high at the head of the bed. She didn't like that. Then she lay down in the middle-sized bed. But it was too high at the feet for her. She didn't like that. Then she lay down upon the bed of the wee bear. It was neither too high at the head nor too high at the feet, but just right. Goldilocks liked it so much that she covered herself up. And she fell asleep. Oh no, I wonder if the three bears are gonna come home. Let's see, let's move them out. Gotta move these beds because the three bears are coming. By this time, the three bears thought their porridge would be cool enough, so they came back home for breakfast. What do you think they're gonna find? Let's bring back our bears. Let me get them. Do 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 do. Here they are. Are they gonna have a surprise in their house? Goldilocks had left the spoon of the great big bear in his porridge bowl, and he noticed it first thing.
Somebody has been tasting my porridge,
said the great big bear in his great big voice. Goldilocks had left the spoon of the middle-sized bear in her porridge bowl too. Somebody has been tasting my porridge, said the middle-sized bear in her middle-sized voice. Then the little wee bear looked at his bowl. Somebody's been tasting my porridge and has eaten it all up, cried the little wee bear in his little wee voice. Uh-oh. I think they're going to go into the parlor or the living room. Let's see. Goldilocks had left the cushion crooked in the chair of the great big bear. He noticed it first thing. Uh-oh.
Somebody has been sitting in my chair,
said the great big bear in a great big voice. Goldilocks had squashed down the cushion in the chair of the middle bear. Somebody has been sitting in my chair, said the middle-sized bear in a middle-sized voice. Then the little wee bear looked at his chair. Somebody's been sitting in my chair and has sat right through it, cried the little wee bear in his little wee voice. The three bears went into the bedroom. Uh-oh, what are they going to find? Let's see. Remember, here's the great big bed for the great big bear and the middle-sized bed for the middle-sized bear. And remember the wee bed for the wee bear? Goldilocks is sleeping. Uh-oh. Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the great big bear out of place. He noticed it first thing.
Somebody has been lying in my bed,
said the great big bear in his great big voice. Goldilocks had pulled the blanket of the middle-sized bear out of place. Somebody has been lying in my bed, said the middle-sized bear in a middle-sized voice. Then the little wee bear looked at his bed. Somebody's been lying in my bed. And here she is, cried the little wee bear in his little wee voice. Goldilocks was so frightened. She was so afraid. She tumbled out of bed and ran to the open window, and out she jumped, right out the window. And she ran as fast as she could, never looking behind her. You see her running? No one knows what happened to Goldilocks after that. As for the three bears, they never saw her again. Do you think they lock their doors when they leave now? I would. Nice job listening today, friends. Well, in our story, we had a lot of different things that were different sizes. Remember the bears? We had the great big bear. He was, let's see, he's big or tall. And the middle-sized bear, Mama Bear, she's right a little bit smaller than Papa Bear. And then we have the wee little bear who is smaller than all three. And their beds were the same. There was a small bed, a medium-sized bed or middle size, and a great big bed. Can you see it? When you're at home today, you could find things that are different sizes and put them in order. I have some things. I have some minions. Let's see. I have different sized minions. Can you see my little guy? I'm going to put them in order. I'm going to start with the smallest one first. Is this the smallest? Is this the smallest? You're right. This is our smallest minion, so I'm going to put him first. Which one comes next? Which one is middle size or medium? I think it's this one. And then we got to put our great big one or our tall one. Here you go. How did I do, guys? We have a tiny wee minion, a middle size or medium size minion, and a great big tall minion. Nice job listening today, guys. We hope to see everybody real soon. Bye.